And I want you to know that it's because of you and your advice to most people using the patches that they need to be taking a copper supplement that we have come out with the accelerated scalar copper. And this uses scalar frequencies. It's 99% absorbed. It goes through a water implosion technology, and that people have been seeing a big result as far as using the copper supplement with the patches and the protocol. So do you want to speak to the importance of supplementing with copper?
Yeah, not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but back a few decades ago, the FDA was recommending that the amount of copper we get in our diet was 5 milligrams per day. And now they have since reduced that to 900 micrograms per day, so just less than 1 milligram. And, the rationale is, well, copper can be toxic. But if you really look at the clinical studies, what it shows is that 10 milligrams of copper per day is safe. And when people consume liver, they can be getting 30 milligrams or 50 milligrams of copper into their diet. And what's been found is that if you enjoy liver and you have it, the levels of copper go back to normal about 2 hours after your meal. So the body has detoxification pathways to remove excess copper. The other thing about copper peptide, which is really interesting, is that men, more so than women, have a problem accumulating iron. And when the iron levels in the body get too high, this can cause massive free radical damage. And so keeping levels of copper peptide elevated can actually neutralize the free radicals created by the excess levels of iron. So, and I was speaking recently with a very, very well-known medical doctor, and he had never heard about this before. And he's interested. He's at the age where he's very interested in age reversal and interested in copper peptide. And this was an important issue that he was looking at, was how do you get rid of this excess iron? And he wasn't aware of that research. So yeah, I think this is all to say that if we don't have enough copper in our diet, we can't make copper peptide. And this turns out to be one of the most powerful anti-aging effects available. The other thing today is, post-COVID, and who knows when the next pandemic is going to occur. Copper is extraordinarily antiviral. We had done a clinical study in New York, and we gave people a copper supplement, and they did not show the symptoms of COVID-19 once they got COVID, or the symptoms were dramatically diminished. We also know that when the SARS-CoV-2 virus comes in contact with a copper surface, that within seconds, it's killed. So we could talk quite a bit about that, but materials like copper and iodine should be in our diet for health, support of the immune function, and longevity.
Wonderful. Thank you. And yes, the iodine is part of every single one of my protocols, the acceleradine, because there's so much that it's doing. And that leads me, it is the number one thing for apoptosis, which is the destruction of diseased and damaged cells in the body. And then that is working synergistically with the patches and the sprays to then help with the stem cells and reverse aging. And so I love how all of those things work. And one last thing on the copper is I've got a daughter who she came out of the womb anemic, and we've been trying to give her iron supplements. She's 18, nothing's worked. Why? Is because it's not the iron, it's the copper that's the key to unlocking the cells where the iron needs to go. So now we've incorporated the copper in her, and things are changing finally after 18 years. So anemia, for all of you suffering from anemia out there, it's not necessarily iron. It could be that you are copper deficient.